Good morning, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yesterday, me and my husband went out in town. I got me it's called a Rode microphone, and I've been working with that now. It's a wireless, and it's new to me, so I'm still gonna have to get used to it and everything, and maybe even possibly, wind up having to take it back to Best Buy and get them to help me with it. But yesterday I downloaded an app that was called Rode, and I was trying to record a video for you all to see if the microphone would work with it. Well, I made a whole bunch of videos and everything for it, and it would do good for a short time, and then it would cut your video off. So I wound up deleting that app, and I'm probably just gonna have to wait until maybe Monday if my husband has time or so to take it back to Best Buy and get them to help me with it, because it's probably something I could be doing wrong. But until then, what I'll probably have to do is do my videos, standing next to the tablet so you guys can hear what I'm saying. But yeah, I was listening to the news this morning, folks, and I don't understand what would make a parent leave their child in a hot car. If you guys have any thoughts about this, you can leave a reply below. But it just doesn't make any sense, folks. What the parents would be thinking or whatever, because we've been getting some real extreme heat here lately, and anything that's left out in a hot car is probably going to suffer because of the extreme heat. I know, because yesterday my husband was kidding around with me at PetSmart, and I was standing out in that hot sun, and I started getting real hot, and I was standing outside. So I can only imagine what a little kid would be like if they were in a hot car. So I just went on and went in PetSmart because I was starting to get too hot, folks. But I just don't understand that, folks. I know the world ain't in such a hurry that they feel the need to leave a child in a hot car. It only takes a few minutes to take that child out of the car seat and take it in with you, because children ain't supposed to be left unattended even if they're in a car seat, folks. Not until they get to a certain age to where they know what's going on and how to keep themselves out of danger. But children shouldn't be left alone no matter what. And in my opinion, I check that off to be negligent, of the child. And, it's just not, that's just something I don't understand. Because children depend on us when they're little to do what they need done, to take care of them. And, that's just how it is, folks. Even if it means when you go somewhere, you know how hot it is outside, so you take a few minutes to take your child out of the car seat and take it in with you. Even if you think you're going to be in there only maybe 5 minutes or something like that, as hot as it is, it doesn't take very long for that child to suffer, folks. But I wanted to say good morning to you all, and I'm just talking, talking on subjects that I see going on out here, folks. Uh, that's just like they got the women on here, telling their survival stories and things like that too. I like listening to them. And yesterday I was listening to this one lady on there and not really laughing out loud, folks, but you know how you laugh inside about things? Well, that's what I was doing, 'cause it was talking about the narcissist and how they suffer when you go no contact with them. Well, that's to me that's funny, folks. Because it's just weird how they got that pattern and how they rely on that pattern to make them survive. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day and a blessed day too, folks. You can share these videos if you want to, folks, with whoever else that you might know that might be interested in listening to it. I just talk about anything that comes to mind, folks, and just kind of like a friend carrying on a conversation. And we do different things. We do arts and crafts, and sometimes we go and do the birds outside, which is something that I probably need to get done before it gets too hot. Because I got my little banties out here that keep jumping over the rail. And what it is, folks, is my chicks are spoiled. They know that I got those treats that they like and everything, so they will try to get up there and see if I'll come out there and give them some of them treats. And I have to go down there eventually and take care of my chicks, Jed and Ellie Mae. But yeah, I was just thinking about them kids being in that hot car and how they must have suffered, you know what I'm saying? That's a sad situation, folks. And talking about being sad, I almost cried in PetSmart yesterday. Because, I do love animals and stuff, folks. But we can't save them all. You want to and wish that you had the money to take them all in, and, keep them from suffering and everything. But I seen this older cat. She may not have been as old as Wine Bucket, but they had her up in the top window up there, and she was laying in her bed, and she looked at me and like as if she was trying to say, "I'm lonely, please take me home." And when she gave me that look, folks, it was over. I was about ready to start crying. But I told my husband about that, and they also had these two little kittens in there too, that they wasn't very big at all, but they kind of remind me of Lionel because he likes to play and stuff like that. They were in there playing. And you look at them little animals and you hope and pray that somebody will come along that needs a little animal to love, because animals do make good companions, folks. They make companions for people that are living alone, that doesn't uh, maybe not want to be alone, but maybe they lost their husband or wife or whatever, or a child or something like that, folks. Well, little animals are very loving, and just the idea of being able to take care of that animal and having the love and compassion of it and stuff, folks, that helps us get through grief and stuff, because you've got something there that's gonna stick by you and love you no matter what. But yeah, I just love that, folks. I love that about animals. I wouldn't sell my dogs for no amount of money in the world, folks. I love my two dogs to no end, and always wanted to take good care of them and give them a good home and stuff. And yeah, I have very high love for my animals. But I said to myself, I hope those little cats find a good home and they don't wind up in a home where somebody don't care for them or has a bunch of children and they want that cat at the moment, but then they get tired of that cat and pitch it to the side, because that's what happens to a lot of animals, folks. People buy them for the wrong reasons, and then they wind up with them, and the next thing you know, they get tossed aside and ignored or whatever, or maybe not even go to the vet to get checked out to see how their health is doing, or maybe they're hungry and they don't feed them right or give them water. Uh, I suspect that there's a few dogs around this neighborhood that live like that, folks. But I don't know what's wrong with E Town. Because if you call the animal shelter and tell them that, they won't respond to it. They won't try to help the little animal or anything, and I just don't understand that, folks. 'Cause animals depend on us to have a voice. We're those animals' voice, and if we don't speak up for them, they certainly can't tell anybody. But I called a couple times on a neighbor here around here about a dog that stays tied up all the time, probably don't get to eat or drink half the time. And right now, folks, with the way this heat is outside, a little animal can really suffer from being out in this heat without water. Or maybe they got real dirty water that they haven't changed for a while. And animals are like us, folks. They like to have a nice fresh drink of water. And cold, too. Make sure the water's cold. But I tell you, folks, I just don't know. Well, anyway, I was going to get on here and say hello to y'all. And sorry I didn't get in here and make 4 videos yesterday, but we went to town, and then when I got back, I was trying to fool with that microphone to see if I could get the audio to work on it, so I could make better videos for y'all. And it just kept cutting off and wouldn't make the video. Well, thank you for joining my YouTube channel, folks. You have a good day and a blessed day too. You got this, folks. You're awesome. Bye bye.